outside the studio window, looking quite beautiful out there. Inside the studio, looking beautiful as well, because Drew Blazsik is here, and he has a couple of his offspring with him as well. This studio looking better than it ever has.
Absolutely.
Good morning, Drew.
Hey, good morning. I'm going to see, hey, kids, you want to say hi?
You guys want to say hello?
Hey, y'all.
Oh, hey,
yes.
there you go. There you go.
Finally got it
I
to
like
happen.
And Drew entices them to come here with nothing other than the fact that they get to see Ron Dave. No, he entices them with donuts. And speaking of donuts, I want to talk about Social Security today.
Can we talk about donuts real quick?
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of, you have your ups and downs in life.
Yeah.
And last week I went to get the $5 discounted donuts at Kroger.
Oh, yeah.
And went up to $6.
Oh,
no.
my goodness.
Inflation is just killing us all.
It's the tariffs, man. I'm telling you.
It's 20%
up. All right. Let's talk SSI.
So, Social Security. I woke up this morning and I said, hey, kids, what do you want to talk about? Like, Social Security.
Yeah.
So I thought that might be a good idea. So I don't know if you guys saw that Trump marked the 90th anniversary of Social Security Act.
Yeah.
It was like last week. And he kind of praised things. The response time went down to 30 minutes to 6. So they did some good things there.
Yeah.
But I found, there's this podcast that was talking about Social Security, and what they talked about in 1935, and I got some things that got it, they didn't really mention. We have to really truly understand about it. Life expectancy was only 61.
Right.
Now it's 78.
Right.
So this is the point of the podcast. They were saying that, well, if it was 61 and the retirement age was like 65,
Right.
that means we should do it, because we're 78, about 81, 82.
Right.
But this is what they don't bring up. If you look at child mortality rate back then, and you took that out, you know what the life expectancy was back then? So people always get a big misconception.
They're putting that in, yeah.
So they say, 61, well, children died very young back then. And if you lasted by the age of 20, your life expectancy was not any different than it is today. Maybe a little lower.
Goodness.
You're around the mid-70s.
So if you hit 20, you can basically say that the institution could say most likely you're going to be on that SSI for 10 years or 12 years.
Yeah, so they bring that up, and they say, well, life expectancy, but they don't really think about, because when you're of working age, you're paying into it. And if you're a child, unfortunately, when we had a lot of deaths back then, but they weren't paying into it. So when you look at it that perspective, now here's another interesting perspective is, well, back then, only 54,000 people received payments in 1935, and right now it's 74 million.
54,000?
So they're trying to blame it on because people are living longer. But is that truly the case?
Right.
So
people were working longer.
Oh, and by the way, if you put abortion in there, what the sad thing is, you know what the life expectancy? If you don't last your mother's
from
womb,
conception to
it's really not that much different than it was at 61 back then. So if you put that in perspective, I think it's like 65.
Wow.
So you got to put that in there. So then I was looking at the data. If you look at it, if you hit the age of 20 today and hit the age of 20 back then, it's very close. Now, within a few years. Yeah. But why do you have 74 million on it today and 54 then? Is because all these acts they do, Disability Act, they try to put people on Social Security for all these different reasons and purposes.
Much earlier in life.
But it doesn't have to do with retirement age. They're always blaming it on retirement age, but it doesn't have to do with that. It's because judges will say, hey, this is a true case. My buddy's mom works for a judge, and someone got disability Social Security because they didn't speak English, and they said that was a disability, and therefore they got it at like age 40.
Wow.
And that's just a case in Ohio that happened. So, and also, so the two things you got to look at, they're giving it out to everybody. And then number two is we're not having a population. It's a population decline in this country. Back then, it was always increasing. Right. So we have to have more children, and the children rate is so far down, and it's below that threshold. If you have 2 children for every parent, that means you would break even technically. But then you have people that don't have children or pass away before that. You need it at 2.1, 2.3, and we're at 1.6.
Oh yeah, we're not at replacement value, not even close.
But you don't hear that in politics in the news, is because that is a Catholic perspective of more children, no abortion, no contraception.
Yeah, let me say this very, very quickly. Thank God for immigration, because if it wasn't for immigration, we would not be because of the immigration. We're actually at replacement rate. So don't be cursing a thing. that might be helping us in the long run too quickly.
And that's part of the reason why politicians push that.
Yeah.
A lot of the immigration, because
I'm going to say this, too, about SSI disability. A good idea covering some people who really are in need but abused, as so many government agencies are.
Yeah, a few years back, I did a lot of study on it, and there are some legitimate cases, and don't get me wrong if you're on it for that reason, but there are a lot of abuses that happen, and it is pretty crazy, the stories you hear. I mean, it could be anything. And then I don't know the rules for sure about this, but I think if you receive it, there's restrictions of what kind of job you can have. Yeah. So then it really restricts that you want to work
your
and be productive.
Participation, right.
And then people don't work, and then they stop doing it, and I think that's a negative there too. Yeah. But so the moral of the story is we need more children in this country, and I just don't like the argument about retirement age, and that's what they put it on.
Let me go back to what you're just saying, not on the disability side, but on the reception of Social Security. Am I wrong in that Trump raised the amount of money you can make on your own and still receive Social Security benefits without penalty?
I heard that. I haven't seen
I don't know if that's come in, but I think that'd be good because if you're working, you're contributing to the very thing that you're receiving. Yes. And why not let people continue to work without penalty if they choose to do so?
Yes, I know that's what he was definitely talking about.
And the no taxes at a particular income level.
And if you make below a certain income wealth that you have, there's no taxes which do that. And again, and this is the Drew Blazsik idea, is that if we say if you hit 65 and you keep your job, and you get no taxes past a certain age, right? And then instead of people saying, "Oh, I can't wait until I can retire and collect," and then you're like, "Wait, I can work till I'm 75 with no federal income
taxes."
Then you wouldn't have this big drain on Social Security.
Man, I like that.
Right. But anytime, even if you go back to the 1800s, life expectancy isn't. I mean, it's definitely better today. Yeah. But it's really about babies. They died at a very young age. But if you made that age, you will live a lot longer.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. Incremental increase, not the dramatic increase that we think from 61 to 78. Yes. But you've got to see what you're calculating in and what you're leaving out.
We need another baby boom.
Yeah, amen.
Hey.
Now, but here's the thing. Based on your explanation of Social Security, I will repeat what I often say on the air, but also to friends and foes alike. Drew Blazsik for president.
Oh. Would you really vote? Would you write me in? And
no, I mean, let's see what we're talking about. President of
what would that look like?
President of what? I want to determine that first, but yeah.
I don't know whether that look like in Fox News or CNN. Like, it'll have 49%, and then it'll be like 0.0000001%.
I'm not sure. I mean, but I think we can come up with some pretty good slogans.
Just have to,
that name lends itself.
You just put all these segments together and then start, distributing them, and people will get to know you.
Try to
keep having more kids, man. That's 1% already. I'm just saying.
You're definitely doing your part, and you brought in two of your. What you got? 26 kids now. How many kids you got?
Seven.
7 kids. So you're doing your part for sure.
Yeah. So
what do you think, Drew? Everybody talks about the solvency, of course, of Social Security. Is it going to be here 5 years from now? Is it going to be here 10 years from now? As you've looked at the program, what do you think? I mean, what are the chances that it's around?
Plus, they're always scaring us with it, right?
Yeah. One of the biggest voting blocks are retirement age people, and they vote a lot. It's a heavy percentage of them vote. Do you really think they're going to let it go? Like, they say that they're just going to print more dollars and put more money into it. It's very simple. That's all they have to do. Yeah. But, I mean, as the current system as it is, it's not going to last, because I think back then it was 42 workers for every retiree back then. Yeah. Now, since they have 74 million people on it, now it's 2 workers for every one retiree. Oh, wow. So I think that's the problem. Yeah. But they'll just... like they do any program. They'll just print more dollars and then it'll devalue your wealth because they're going to increase these programs.
Look, I've got your slogan for president already. It has been used before, and I can't believe it's never been used before. But I would like to see you on television, on billboards, saying this one thing over and over again. Read my lips. No new taxes. And I really think that's a
new
winner.
one.
I think that's a winner. I can't believe it's never been used before.
All the young people don't know what you're talking about.
I know. Well,
I like, let's see, Drew for me, Drew for you.
There. Well, I like that one, too. Not as much as read my lips.
Yeah, that's better.
I want people to say, here, I just think that particular line, it's a sticker, man. I just think it's just going to work. It's going to be in people's memories. They'll never forget it. And there's no way to come back at you after that. I don't think. Unless you were to raise taxes.
Copyrighted.
Then
as
it
far
could
as
be
I
a
know.
disaster.
Thank you, Drew Blazsik, Faith in Finance.